on a cold February night. I called a friend and basically asked him, would you have Jack DeJohnette's telephone number? And he said, no, I don't. But I know someone who knows someone who does. So he got it. So I basically cold called Jack, and the man himself answered. And I just said, Jack, I'm a guitar player. Would you be interested in playing with me sometime? And he said, well, where I'm at is that I basically get 10 tapes every single day from big bands, rock stars, record companies, the full gamut. And it's the minimum of 10, sometimes more. So he said, that's what I've got facing me every day. I gotta get up. And I've got at least 10 tapes. And things were getting kind of tentative and tepid. So I said, I'd better factor something into the equation and do it quick. I said, Jack, I've actually played with young Christensen. And he was like, what? You didn't tell me that. I'm telling you now. Okay. Send me the tape. I'm not gonna be here for a month. Call me in a month. So he said, here are the dates that I'm gonna be around. Call me. So I basically called him in a month. And he said, oh yeah, I got your tape. He said, you can play. Great. He said, but the reason I'll play with you is because I like your melodies and I like your harmonies. And there's some pluses. Number one, your band doesn't sound like Gateway. And number two, you don't play like John Abercrombie. I love John Abercrombie. He said, okay, so game on. Between the jigs and the reels, we organised 2 gigs in duo. Now, I gotta tell you that the gigs were the best attended I've seen outside a jazz festival in Cork. Even Gary, who helped me a lot, really nice guy, great guy, big job now. He was astounded. For the gig, we kind of played some jazzy stuff, played some fusion stuff, I kind of played a little bit like jazzy stuff. I played like a little bit like Derek Bailey. There was moments where I was playing like Eddie Van Halen with the guitar up over my head. I don't think Jack ever saw anything like it. And we were dueling, guitar drum duels, and then Jack would stop and say, let's play some funky stuff. And then we'd go, on a groove, on an ostinato figure, and we kind of modulate with that. And then, there was another time where we were dueling, took it down. And I said, come on, Jack, let's go. And we kind of went back at it again. But then the last song, we had these sus9 chord sequences. We were kind of ECM 1972, that gorgeous period. Police before the police, the sus9 chords modulating in major third to minor third to G to D over F sharp. Kind of a bit of a Led Zeppelin resolution and starting again. And we were doing this, and I'd hold it down, Jack would play the drums, and then Jack would alternate and get onto the keyboards, and he'd do the keyboards and I'd solo on top of that. And we took it down nice, right to the end. And the audience were compelled. They were enthralled. After the gig, well, I was around and I met people a couple of days later. And this guy said, Mark, the gig was amazing, man, but that last song, he said, I don't like jazz. Several of them said that to me. I don't like jazz, but I like that. And the last song, I'd buy that. And it was really kind of Old Grey Whistle Test type stuff. Lydia, was there, and we had a great time with Lydia. Lovely, lovely person. My mum became quite friendly with Lydia. Everybody loved Jack. My mum loved Jack. Everybody loved Jack. We had great times, great fun, great times. Jack will be missed by so many people around the world that loved him, that were inspired by him, that were inspired by his music and his personality. He was a fantastic guy. I met him in Paris when I was playing with Paul Bley, and it was hugs and high fives and how are you, and come to my table, and we were just camaraderie. We got on so well, and we had agreed that we were going to record together, get it together. So many people are going to miss Jack. Thank you for listening, and Jack, thank you.